The other actor, Rhea Chakrabarti, who will spend at least another night in Mumbai's Baikala prison. A Mumbai court hearing a bail plea deferred its verdict till Friday. In the court, the Narcotics Control Bureau has opposed its bail to Rhea. The NCB says their probe into the drug link remains incomplete. Rhea, on the other hand, has argued there is a threat to her life in judicial custody, and at no stage has she admitted to consuming any drugs. Rhea also claims she was coerced by the agency into giving statements at the Baikala jail. Rhea is being kept in a separate prison cell on the ground floor. This is near the cell where Sheena Bora murder accused Indrani Mukherjee is also lodged at the moment. Now, amidst all of this, there are question marks. Kangana Ranaut and Rhea Chakraborty. Where does Bollywood stand? While voices are coming out slowly in support of Kangana Ranaut, what about Rhea Chakraborty? And why has Bollywood not taken a stand on both these actors in some form or the other? I'm joined by a special guest. I'm joined by one of the young stars of Bollywood. Kubbra Sait joins us. Appreciate your joining us, Kubbra Sait of Sacred Games fame amongst others. Appreciate your joining us. Why have the people in the top stars in a way in the Hindi film industry, or dare I say more people in the Hindi film industry, not spoken out, especially in Rhea's case? There seems to be a veil of silence that has enveloped Bollywood. Why does nobody want to speak out? What do they fear?
Honestly, if I was on Twitter replying to this question, I would have only retweeted and quoted the tweet by saying +1. I don't understand it either. I think today we need each other to stand by each other in solidarity more than anyone else. I mean, I know that there was a wave where every actor, at least most of the actors, reposted the producer's guild notice and hashtagged it with the words "in solidarity." Yes, that's the sentiment that we all share together, as we should, because we're in this together. Also, abolishing an industry by saying #boycott Bollywood is not the answer to anything, because boycott Bollywood. Bollywood is not a handful of actors. Bollywood is an industry that is serving meals and a family and a livelihood to several families who live in this city.
But that is why I'm precisely asking this question to you, Kubbra. Why is it that when an industry is being described, let's say by one of your own, as a den of vice, that everyone is on drugs, nobody wants to speak out? Why is Bollywood today being intimidated by propaganda? Why is Bollywood scared? I come back to it. What are you scared of?
It's a very unfortunate space that we are in, to be honest, Rajdeep. Whoever speaks about it gets vilified. Whoever doesn't speak about it, we turn around and say, oh my God, but you're spineless and you didn't speak about it. So I think, as I always speak my heart and my mind out on social media, I'd like to say that I don't think I'm in any place or I have any demands from others who are not speaking at the moment. But of course, in my opinion, is it the right thing to do? No. Because if one person from our industry is suffering, then I understand that everybody is suffering. And the whole point is this is going to hit you sooner than you know. And it's going to be closer to your doorstep sooner than you know. And that is not when you can scream and shout and say, the wolf is here. I think you really need to speak up in solidarity, because someone is being vilified, someone is being wrongly, portrayed in the eyes of the media, and it's just such a huge circus. And when we aren't standing up for each other, then I don't know, in times of distress, I don't know who will ever stand up for me if, for example, I had to be in a situation like this. And that is a very scary thing, because when we move into Bombay, everyone, when the conversation started and we said, I love Mumbai, there was everybody who said one thing in common, and that was Mumbai feels like family. But if today people aren't standing up within the industry, then this is no family. And that is a bit unnerving in its own sense. And yes, it's disappointing, to say the least.
You're saying that in particular, Rhea Chakrabarti, for example, has been vilified. Many have pronounced her guilty even without giving her a chance to speak or without the trial. Tell me an honest answer. If there was a bigger actor somehow involved in all of this, would things have been different? Is that how Bollywood works? That at the end of the day, if you're not an A-lister, people don't come out and speak.
What if I had to ask the question if this was a bigger or a male actor? Then would we have done the same thing? Hasn't it happened with male actors where we have seen, media thronging outside courts and police stations? But it has never happened. It has never happened the way it has happened to a woman. It's never happened the way it has happened to a young girl. It has never happened to somebody from our industry who has been subjected to misogyny and patriarchy, and purely on the basis of what the media has chosen to showcase through prime time. I mean no offense when I say this, but honestly, there was a tweet of you speaking with Rhea, and I actually retweeted that, and I questioned you. I said, why do you have to grill her? And I understand, but you were probably one of the channels who actually brought her into conversation to hear her part of the story. And up until that moment, no one had cared to listen if she had anything to say or not. We were already deciding, what are the shamanic verses we are going to scream and shout and see her burn.
So, are you saying that you see a hint of misogyny? That what has been, because some of you I have seen now are wearing t-shirts saying, let's smash the patriarchy. Do you think that Rhea has been a soft target because she is a woman? I mean, is that a fair way to take this debate forward?
Yeah. I'm asking you this, if this had to be reversed for half a second and Rhea would have passed away and Sushant would be alive, do you think we would have gone through the same kind of a media circus? Ask ourselves, and honestly, let's just think about it for a moment, and I'm pretty sure that the answer would be no. More importantly, we have started to ignore, not even started to ignore, we've conveniently chosen to ignore things that are more important for us to speak, to discuss, to question, as a matter of fact. We are not speaking about anything to do with what's happening with this country at this point. All we're speaking about is whether Sushant's untimely demise was a murder, was it an abetment to suicide, was there siphoning of money, was there, a mastermind of Bollywood? These are the things that we're discussing. And then on the other hand, we're discussing about a savior of Bollywood who happens to be a woman, and a woman who has achieved so much on her own merit. And she's recognized for her talent, her acting prowess. She has turned around and made this into another whole story. And literally today you switch on the television, you turn on your internet, you go into social media, that's all you read. You speak about two members of this fraternity that has managed to entertain you, move you, excite you, pay bills, create livelihoods, and be a part and coexist with the entertainment industry.
Are you saying, therefore, that if Kangana Ranaut is targeted and her house is demolished, Bollywood should speak out? That if Rhea Chakrabarti, in a sense, is subject to some kind of a witch hunt where she's pronounced guilty even without being allowed a fair trial, that Bollywood should speak out? That in a sense, Kangana and Rhea both, in a sense, deserve some support if they are seen to be victims in some form of an abuse of power?
Absolutely. There are two ends of the coin. There are two different subjects, and everyone should support each other. And this is not about a male for a female or a female for a male. It's not gender biased. This is about good versus bad. You can always be right in your perspective through your intellect. My question is, am I causing someone distress by doing this? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, do I care enough to screw things up by hurting somebody? Then don't do it, because that's in your control. And I don't think too many people have that responsibility right now, and it's very important to be kind and responsible at this point.
Kubbra Sait, As I said, very few people are speaking out. I'm glad that you have. It's time more and more of you raise your voices whenever there is an abuse of power of any form. I might point out here that while Kangana Ranaut has got Y-class security, when Rhea goes out, the media with no social distancing surrounds her. That's another story for another day. But Kubbra Sait, thank you very much for joining me here on the news.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.